soon and left us on our own. Now when I look up at the stars, I wonder which little sparkle up there is your home. I know you're listening, like you'd always listen. Dreamt about heaven here, now you're up there with him. And I sing, I'll stay by your side, so I can hear you sing with me. And I'll say I'm alright, no matter how I really feel. There's nothing that could ever keep the two of us apart. Now I hear you when I cry. The birds soar to fly with you in the sky. Sing with me, gentle lullaby. You're not here on this earth forever. I messed up. Watching from above in our hearts, I wonder, you're our personal heavenly spy. Now you're just listening, like I know you listen. Dreamt about heaven here, now you're up there with him. And I sing, I'll stay by your side, so I can hear you sing with me. And I'll say I'm alright, no matter how I truly feel. There's nothing that could ever keep the two of us apart. To be like you, I'll try.
I would like to share with you a letter that I got from his belongings from Florida, because we were going through his stuff looking for the registration of his car, and I was so surprised to see a note in his personal files. Please allow me to read it to you. Dear Mama and Papa, but this doesn't have any date on this letter. I don't know when he wrote this. You already know how excited I am to be here in flight school in the Navy. I know that the only people more proud of myself than me and God are you two, my sweet Mama and Papa. Seeing me grow from a little fat baby to a toddler who loves playing with toy planes, to a boy who loves to draw planes, and a young man who loves to learn about aviation and the military, to now a commissioned officer of the United States Navy. You two and God are the only ones who have seen my journey, fully from birth to now me living in Florida. My next big leap in life. In a couple of months, I'll be flying my first plane. In a couple of years, I'll be finishing flight school, and then take to the skies, protecting the free world. I'll climb the ranks, earn awards, achieve what many only dream of. But no matter how far I soar and how much I achieve, I want you to know that I will always stay grounded. I will remember what got me here, who made me the man I am today. I will always remember God and His blessings in my life. And I will always be the same boy who played Legos, played the guitar, gave you massages, and say to you too, I love you, Ma and Pa. I will always be your son. Love, Naval. I didn't know that he wrote a letter. I don't know when he's going to send it to us, but I was really surprised. I'm thankful that I raised him with so much love. Dear family and friends, and to all those who come to share in our remembrance of Richard, as we gather to pay respect and bid farewell to Richard, our heart is filled with so much joy and gratitude. This gratitude extends not only to the world, to the wonderful life we are commemorating today, but also to each one of you who stood by us during this time of grief. We want to begin by expressing our deepest appreciation to the staff of Green Lawn, especially to Ms. Chelsea Morales. Your professionalism and compassion and dedication to honoring Richard's memory have been a great comfort to us. To Father Theo, your words today have brought us comfort and reflection. Your message today has touched our hearts and brought us a sense of peace. We are profoundly grateful to the U.S. Navy family, to the Patriot Guard Riders, honoring the fallen organization, Miss Laura, and our dear Couples for Christ community leaders and members for your unwavering support, love, and assistance from the numerous arrangement of our son's funeral have been a source of strength for us. Your kindness and willingness to be there every step will always be remembered.
Before I continue the message, I would like to read this phrase from the Bible. In Jeremiah 1, verse 5, God says, before I formed you in the womb, I know you. Before you were born, I sanctified you, and I ordained you a prophet to the nations. The way I witnessed and heard the sharing for Richard, this is pretty the perfect verse for him. Knowing that God opening doors for all of us, individual of us open the door, and then no matter how long or how old or how young, door will close. So this is the time that the God close your door, open His door in heaven for you. Now, to the Baal and Olaso family, extended families, friends here in Bakersfield, and to those who are traveled afar. Cousins, especially those cousins from Nebraska, coming from different states, and those who are watching virtually. And the UCLA University Catholic Center community, especially the Kawan group that they were found several years ago. Your prayers, your outpouring of love in the form of messages, flowers, and your presence here today have been overwhelming. All your gestures, big and small, have been a reminder of Richard's impact in life. Your shared stories and moments have helped us remember the joy and love Richard had brought into your lives. And to Richard, who we are all here to honor, thank you for the innumerable love, laughter, the marvelous experience you brought into our lives. We will forever treasure the beautiful memories and lessons you left us. May it continue to inspire and guide us. Your spirit will always stay with us. As we continue on our journey, let us remember the best of what Richard taught us to be or to live fully. Love generously, serve God, and to make a positive impact in the world. Let it be the guiding light in our lives. We again extend our heartfelt thanks to all of you being here today and for the many ways you have supported us. Your presence and contribution have made all the difference. I thank God for bringing us people like you who made our journey of grief bearable. All of you have been our source of great comfort. Richard, Nevan, as we say our final goodbye to you, know that you are deeply loved. You will always be remembered.
I never thought this day would come, or come so soon at the very least, but it's here. It's real. My brother and I did almost everything together from day one. Playing cello and violin together, doing JROTC together, serving Christ together. He was my partner in crime. He was my best friend through lots of the highs and lows of my life. My parents would always tell me about when he was a baby, and I would step on his stomach while he was chilling in his crib. The crazy thing about that was he wouldn't even be crying, he'd be laughing. I'd be laughing too. I remember when we were going to school together in the Philippines, and there was a time when I dressed up as a princess in my orange dress and everything, and my brother was dressed up as a tree. Just a stump and leaves. I don't even know if he had like lines or anything. But whenever I see pictures of that or hear about those memories, I would find it funny, and I'd also look back at it with such love and appreciation for my brother. He was always so happy and always wanted to be by my side, and this would continue into high school. I don't know what I would have done if Rich wasn't there for me in high school. I remember the nights when we had to do pre-calc homework and I had no idea what I was doing. He was so patient and helped me a lot, especially when I was feeling incapable of doing schoolwork. My brother would stay up till 3 a.m. with me at times, knowing we had orchestra at 6:30 a.m. for zero period, and we had to wake up at like 5:30. Yeah. Even though we went to different universities after high school, he was always someone I could count on and talk to regarding things like school, friends, but especially the faith. I will forever miss those deep faith talks that would randomly happen through text, FaceTime, or even on car rides back home to Bakersfield when I pick him up on the way back from ECI. He would always tell me to stop worrying and to stop caring about what others would think. I could really tell that he lived out what he preached, because he would tell me about all his UCLA adventures and the cool friends he made. And yeah, Rich, they're pretty cool. They're really cool. I will miss those moments, but I am more than grateful to have experienced them with him, because I realize that I have learned so much from him now that I've reflected on it. I wanted to visit the time when Richard was commissioned into the Navy. That was such a proud sister moment for me. At his commissioning ceremony, I remember thinking to myself, whoa, Devon, you did it. So freaking cool. What was that? Okay. He achieved one of his biggest goals he'd been reaching for his whole life. Richard was so passionate for what he did, and that ambition and drive that he had really inspired me. At that point, I knew he felt that he was on top of the world. He was living his best maverick life with his motorcycle and everything. I was so happy for him, knowing the obstacles he had to face and the hard work he put in for all of that. To Rich. Hey Rich, I decided to write you a quick little letter. It's going to be quite the process, having to get used to looking for 5 seats at a restaurant instead of 6. 5 is such an odd number, but yeah, literally, but it's also odd to me because all my life it's been 6. 6 family members. 2 loving parents, 2 girls and 2 boys. But this odd number also reminds me that one is already a step closer to God. And to me, that is a comforting thought that I will not let go of whenever I think of you, brother. I'll miss you playing your guitar to any song we challenge you to play. I'll miss when you'd sleep in the most uncomfortable positions, wherever and whenever. Sometimes even holding random things while asleep, examples being your guitar, a toy plane, or a balloon pump with a balloon animal still attached to it. I'll miss you telling Benny, our dog, that you love him and seeing him sleep with you. I'll miss your obsession with ducks. I'll miss your funny dances and that cool pin drop move that you do that I could never do in fear of breaking my legs. I'll miss talking to you about my crushes and even about the dumbest, randomest, cringiest, yet funniest things ever. I'm so glad you left us with great memories and documented ones at that, including the memes and a lost vocabulary, of course. I know I'll be rewatching the videos you made together as kids and the ones you and your friends made for as long as I can. When we see each other again, I would love for you to teach me that pin drop dance move or help me out with the guitar. I'll tell you about everything and of course give you the biggest hug and tell you that you are amazing. Since this all happened, you haven't left my mind, and I thank God every night that He lent you to Mama and Papa, and that He gave me, Mommy, and Nate such a loving sibling. This is random, but just so you know, Rich, if I ever have kids in the future, I'll definitely be telling them how awesome their Uncle Richard is, and how he's flying so high in his planes with the angel up there.